I would assume most of the divisions that have kind of like the top programs have probably all kind of encountered the same pitfalls. And I feel like these are just normal pitfalls with growth. Any organization, any business that grows, typically the structure that has been set up for them was not the structure that was set up for 3 years down the line. And so there's going to be these growing pains and changes that need to be made as programs want to grow, right? And I really look at the Texoma division as kind of like the pearl, right? In terms of that's the desired program. And why I say that, it's not purely because of the CPO that's created, it's because of the number of people that they have on their team and how it's able to operate kind of like a well-oiled machine. Not a lot of issues for the amount of people that they have on that program. And so the leadership on that team is fantastic. And Seth and I, we've been trying to kind of get our program to emulate a lot of those.
One of the big things for us in the early days, we would go through some of our coordinators. We went through, 3 coordinators, people we thought were going to be really, really great. Maybe they weren't as excited about the job as maybe I thought they were, or they weren't excited about what they got out of the job. Looking back at those things, having some consistency there. And in some cases, your DVM really needs to make sure that financially they're supporting some of the things that need to get done. So for me, I feel like if I overspend on my organization at the event team, that's a pretty good dollar to spend.
And so some of the growing pains that we've had to go through, just new structure, adding in different policies to actually having hierarchy for picking, ROR being one as well, transfers, that type of stuff.
Being too exclusive. We were too exclusive at one point where it was like you have to choose to be a CSP type person in order to be part of the program. Seemed logical at the time. Just like with anything in this business, you kind of have to include everyone, and really in any business. Because why? Because that's how we all grow, is by having people push us forward and helping people in the process. You have to have big teams for the cream to rise to that top.
As our team has grown, one of the most important things that we've had to do is learn how to add more room and create more layers and create more opportunity for new reps. We've just worked really well together, making sure that everybody has a great opportunity to get to the highest level possible.
Not being consistent with training after the initial training. We didn't do this at times, and it caused a lack of success for newer people, and even for more veteran people for that matter. But consistent training with focused, developed meeting structures, I think are really, really good. Workshops, field trainings, multiple cross trainings. And some of these things we're not perfect at, but these are areas that are pitfalls that we see, and we see a lack of success with some of those.
We've had situations in the past, over the past few years, where we've had to let members of the team go, some right out of the business or just not on the events team anymore. And I think this has really helped strengthen the integrity of our events team and the integrity of our division. Some of these people that we've had to let go from the team were really, really good at selling Cutco. But by letting them go, again, it helped in strengthening the structural integrity of that program. So I think that's helped our team really come together and realize, hey, we're going to do things, but we're going to do things the right way.
When your leaders aren't, for lack of a better word, entitled to getting the best of everything just because, I think that really, really opens the door to the people that are coming up to be more successful, and understand if they check their ego at the door, these top people, our new people will be able to do the same thing.
Another pitfall is not protecting top events. The key event program, as we call it, is important because the concept of getting the best people to the best events is really, really important to the growth of the program. You have to kind of protect that top 20%. 20% of our events probably do 80% of our sales. So what are those 20%ers? And protect those 20% by having your best people there, by developing those, by going through the process. And then another one is transferring reps all over the place. When we first started, that's what we did. We saw no growth when that was happening. There's no incentive whatsoever for a manager to grow people. So you need to to make sure that you incentivize managers and yourself to grow people as you go through.
Fortunately, we've had such a good system of conflict resolution in our division, whether it's one-on-one interactions or group conversations. Robert and Curtis and our show team has done a great job of respecting each other and understanding that it's a big team, and as the team grows, things need to change and policies need to shift, and we need to find room for people as we grow.
I feel like every team, if you haven't gone through these, you will go through these. And even if you have a great team, like I feel like we do, it still is going to be a little bit of discomfort that comes along with those shifts and the changes to policies. But I would encourage you to embrace those. You know, the only way for a program to grow is for some of the structure to change and maybe some of the rules that maybe benefited one person in the past to kind of change as well. I've really seen it that anytime that there's been change in vector, that the people that approach it with an abundance mindset, not a scarcity mindset, to be able to say, like, I'm sure this is going to work out and I'm sure it's for the better, those people have benefited from those situations.
It's important to be flexible. It's important to be open. It's important to have great communication because as a team, we all are working towards our own individual businesses, but we all work together on the same team as well and have to respect that and learn to work well together.
I hate the cliche of be a team player, right? Like, obviously you want to take care of you, number one, but at the same time, it's like, understand that those programs, if you're kind of trying to understand where they're coming from, it's going to make it a lot easier to shift and grow with the program, not against the program.
Again, it all comes back to culture, and culture a lot of times comes down to time and success. And if your people like each other and they spend time with each other, it really will make a big deal to each other. And the more people enjoy each other, the better they're going to be in the booth, the better they're going to be in life, and the better they're going to be for your team and for your organization.